and welcome to Special Stage to the Pokerstars Rally and the final round of the Manx Rally Championship. Let's have a look and see who's here today. So it's Nigel Cannell and Steve Colley fighting it out at the top for that Manx Championship victory. Damien Cole brings the escort over for its first visit to the Isle of Man, joined by Mull resident Paul McKinnon on his first visit to these stages. As you can see, the weather here is pretty terrible today, and that means that the wet will make the tricky Manx lanes even more difficult. Let's head out to the stages for all of today's action. On to the first of the day's stages then, and it would be the early lead for Nigel and Jade Cannell. The conditions would be the same for all, and the day was looking like a survival exercise right from the start. How are those first three stages?
Well, the first one certainly put some manners on me. It was really treacherous in there. Massive moments, as I suppose everybody did. Once we got up over the top of the hill, I was just thankful to get there, really, so backed off. And it's just one of them ones to get the end, I think.
Paul McKinnon and Alistair McCrone make their first visit to the Isle of Man, but with a string of results on Mull, it wasn't a surprise it was going so well today. Second place for now, but with a small downshift problem to look at in service.
I'm sure a lot of folks said it's extremely slippy. A lot of aquaplaning in the first stage, wee bit of fog as well. So this is the first time I've been to the Isle of Man, come from the Isle of Mull, so used to a bit of rain but not as much fog, but no, a fine wee day. A couple of we stalled it twice on the wee short stage, a wee problem with the downshift. So hopefully we'll get that sorted, but enjoying it, but it's good.
Michael Dunlop and Rob Fagg return for another go on the Manx lanes. Third place for now and leading Class C, but a small problem with the car was holding them back a little, with service coming up, so they would have to see if it was something they could sort easily. How are those first few stages for you?
Yeah, we caught a problem in the first stage, so we've got through to try and get back into service, and then we'll get it sorted here now. So yeah, it's all right. Slippy slidey, but I don't know where we're at, but we're tugging along, and if we get this problem sorted, we'll try and up the pace a bit.
Steve Colley and Andrew Cowley had a mix of good and bad luck. A big spin in the first stage could have been the end of their event and championship, but they get away with it and reach the end of the loop with fourth place for now. It's not a face of a happy man.
Oh, that was tricky. That was tricky first. I went off at near the end of stage one, going up injury brake, just hit a load of water. It was going for about 20 seconds the moment, and in the end we hit the hedge and spun. Don't know how much we lost, but it's not mega fun out there. It's hard work.
Some were not so lucky in these first stages of the day, as Richard and Ben Slinger found out on stage one. The conditions were waiting to catch people out, and that's exactly what happened. The Evo pair leaving the road and rolling the car. Thankfully both okay, and apart from damage to the car, the only problem would be the long wait out on the stage for recovery. A good start for Daniel Harper and Chris Campbell, second of the Class D crews this morning and lying in fifth place overall. Obviously not happy with the conditions, but making a better job of them than some. How's it been out there for you this morning?
Very interesting. Yeah, I think more akin to being a fisherman than a rally driver this morning. Yeah, it's been very interesting. A lot of standing water, very tricky.
John Stone and Carl Williamson probably wish they had picked a better weekend to bring out the Fiesta for the first time. New to the car, but of course not new to the stages. They make it to the end of this loop with 6th place overall and 3rd in Class E. New car, John, how has it been?
Horrendous. We nearly had a really big one going up Ingebrack, so I've just lost all confidence, but we're just getting round and see how we do.
Timmy and Cleona Collins were not happy with the pace on the first stage, cautiously approaching the poor conditions, but despite worrying, the times were not too bad. 7th place for now and only 40 seconds from the lead. How has it been out there?
You're alright, it's very slippy. I think we just went too slow on the first stage. I was up there about 6 o'clock this morning and there was just water over there, but this time it wasn't as bad. But I'd say we were probably a minute or a minute and a half slower than what we should have been. But the next 2 stages then I think we seem to go alright on, but I'm just dreading that one again.
A new car this weekend for Will Heavey and Joseph Dooley, but at least it was changed from rear-wheel drive to 4-wheel drive. Not that either were any use when cars were skimming across the top of the water. 8th place for the pair at this stage. How have you found it out there?
Good.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Handled the wet okay?
Yeah, I'm not going very fast. First time in this car. I only drove it for the first time last night, so just feeling my way around it. I'll pick it up a bit later.
Andrew Dudgeon hadn't been out in the car for some time, enlisting the help of Martin Burns this time out. An understandably cautious start to the day, but the pace was increased towards the end of the morning. 9th place for now and happy with the times. How have you got on this morning?
Yeah, not too bad. I haven't rallied for a while, so just getting back into it, feeling the grip levels. First 2 stages were quite steady and then I picked it up a bit on that last one, so yeah, happy enough.
And rounding out the top 10 were Mark Jones and Terry Martin. Happy enough with the times, the fog being more of a cause for concern than the rain for the BMW pair. How is it out there?
Oh, it's nice and slippery out there, but the fog is the worst. Can't see anything, so it's entertaining.
It seemed that the fog was starting to become a problem as the stage went on, with Matthew Roberts and Sam Spencer reporting fog in the stages too. They lead the way in Class B, just outside the top of the result in 15th overall. How's it been out there for you?
It's tricky, slippy, loads and loads of fog on all 3 stages, to be honest. A lot worse on the last 2 fog than it was on West Baldwin's, although it's not as high as West Baldwin's, but it's all good. Everything's going according to plan, and yeah, I think we're doing pretty well. From what we could see in the last stage board there, should be good.
Ian Chadwick and Kevin Horgan were having a good run. Not the top of the class where they would want to be, but the first loop will be about finding that standing water and knowing where to push next time out. How's it been out there for you?
A lot of skidding, but it's great fun now, but it's bit suspect. But I know it's all right. Now we know where all the running water is, we'll be better this time, I think.
Kyle Collister and Andy Barnard were not planning anything adventurous, happy to keep a safe and steady pace, and it was working so far, with 22nd overall and 2nd in Class B. How have you got on this morning?
Yeah, not too bad. We've managed to keep it on all 4s, which is good. It's very slippy out there though, very. But as long as we keep going steady, I think we'll be all right. Just see if finish to the end, yeah, we'll be happy.
Andy Bernal and Rob Smith make their first visit to the Isle of Man, and indeed a limited outing on tarmac. Not that much of that was showing through the water in these early stages. 25th overall for now and 3rd in Class B.
2 left and 2 right goes. 2 left and 2 right goes with 350. 3 left at gate on right.
The Class A battle would be a close one, with Josh Quirk and Will Brown taking the early lead. Their advantage would be 20 seconds at this stage. It would be a lot closer in the next few places, with Rory and Paul McCann taking 2nd in the class for now, a few places overall back from Quirk. But the times were close, with Paul Kenny and David Oliver lying third in the class at this stage, just a single second back from McCann. And Stephen Higgins and Don Bramford round out the top of the classes with a historic lead in the Saab. So with the first few stages out of the way, the results look like this. On to the next couple of stages, and not much change in the weather, but at least the crews knew where the water was, and for Nigel and Jade Cannell, it would still be the lead of the event. 20 seconds of an advantage now.
How was that loop for you? Was it any better?
Yeah, I was probably a little bit too steady on there. Didn't have as many moments as Steve. Like, Steve's on a different rallies, spinning and hitting the hedges everywhere. But I wish I was running behind him because the road must be wider. But no, it was all right. Too steady, really, because he's nearly catching me on some of them. So step it up for the next few.
Paul McKinnon and Alistair McCrone were still struggling with downshift problems, but it wasn't affecting the times too much. Although moments like this would have to stop if they were going to get through the stages without breaking anything.
So far, how was that loop?
The first stage of the second loop was quite good. We improved on our time from the first run, but got a problem with the downshift. It's had a couple of stalls when it's going down the gears, something just locking up the back wheels, so hopefully we'll get that sorted. Apart from that, it's really good, just maybe a bit drier would be awesome.
A better run for Steve Colley and Andrew Cowley. Third place for now, and still not able to catch those ahead. But it was at least going without incident.
I'm not going to name any names, but someone's just told me that you still might be widening the road for people behind you.
That was a bit more enjoyable. Still very slippy, but just found a bit of a rhythm. You know, to come off the Manx when it was bone dry into today, that first loop was shocking, but I enjoyed that then. Had fun going up Ingerbreck, just trying to be smooth, and that isn't in my nature.
Chasing Nigel now.
Yeah, I lost 30 on that first stage with a spin and stall. We've had like a couple out of him here and there, so it'll be a long day really, but it's only another spin or a puncher for him as well. So it'll be interesting to see what this next loop is like. Hopefully there's less shiny tar, I think, on this next loop, but we'll wait and see.
Michael Dunlop and Rob Fagg were still having problems. Thankfully not affecting the times much. They lie in fourth place overall for now.
Running a little bit out of order, what's happened?
We just had a problem with the car, so these things happen. We're back and running again, we're back into service, so we try and get it fixed again, but just sadly we ran down the order a bit, so hopefully our times hasn't suffered too much because we're flying not too bad at the minute. So.
Daniel Harper and Chris Campbell were still struggling through the conditions. A little better this time, but still just a matter of making sure they get through in one piece.
How are you doing? Are the conditions changing out there at all?
No, not really. Still as exciting. I found a little bit more grip on the first stage again, on the second pass of that, but no, it's still very, very different. Let's put it that way. It's very slippy.
Much the same story for Timmy and Cleona Collins. 6th place for now. Not happy with the pace, but happy to keep it there and get through the stages in one piece.
You said last time you felt like you were a little bit off the pace. Have you found some more?
No, I think we're still off the pace. I don't think it's not getting any better, but I don't think it can get any worse. So yeah, we had a good enough run. We're just trying to stay tidy and just get to the end and stay out of the hedges and do the best we can.
John Stone and Carl Williamson found this loop a little better. It was all about remembering where the grip was from the first time through. 7th place for now on the debut in the car.
Any better?
A bit better, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad they cancelled one stage. That's one less to do, isn't it? But yeah, a bit better. A bit better.
Will Heavey and Joseph Dooley were still thankful of the switch to four-wheel drive, remaining inside the top 10 in 8th overall.
Have you found you're getting grips to with the car a bit better now?
Yeah. I'm finding out where the grip level is. It's slippy out there, but I'm pleased I'm not in my old car. I used to have a Beamer, and that would have been a nightmare today. So yeah, I'm made up.
And for Andrew Dudgeon and Martin Burns, it would be 9th overall, still going well and happy with the pace, and lying 2nd in Class C at this stage.
How'd you get on in that loop?
Yeah, pretty good. Getting a bit of confidence now, so I'm going quicker and quicker. Still really wet, but the windscreen's holding up. It's not fogging up anymore, so that's a good thing. But that last stage, there was loads of oil all over it, and I was sliding all over the place, so I went slower than the first run. But I think we're doing well, so keep going, see how it goes.
As Andrew said, the stages were indeed covered in oil. A burst oil cooler pipe on the Mini of John and Martin Cressy would add to the already bad conditions and mean that the stage would be cancelled for many. For Damien Cole and Paul Morris, however, they would get through before the oil, and they move up now into the top 10. The stage is still slippery, the pair probably wishing they had brought the Fiesta over this weekend.
Slow right 2, tightens over crest and turn left 5. Repeat and turn left 5 narrows. Into left 4 minus. And right 4 over crest, tightens 5. 120. Flat right over jump, 100 down. Slow right 3, tightens narrow 5. Into left 5. 50. Right 4, 150. Left 4 minus, 100. Flat left over crest, immediate flat right, 150. Very long crest, immediate slow left 2. Slow left 2 and right 4, don't cut. Into flat left and flat right over crest, 50, right 4 minus.
Is it any better out there for you now?
No. I don't think it's going to get any better. There's just so much water and leaves and mud, and where people have gone off and dragged mud on the road, and it's just a case of trying to get it to the end, I think.
Are you at least enjoying yourself?
Well, it's a challenge. I don't know about enjoying it, but it's a challenge.
So with the cancellation of a couple of stages, it would be some small changes. Next up, the stages change and bring on a whole new challenge. On to the next few stages and a change for the better for Steve Colley and Andrew Cowley. They move up to take the rally lead now, but only a slim 2-second advantage.
Steve, I've heard you're bringing it back. You're on form.
Yeah, I think Nigel had a few issues in there. I took a few risks in there, but it was proper wet in there. Could have done with the old Charlie bike in there. But good fun. Hopefully we found a bit of pace. Andrew's doing a fantastic job there, he is. He's keeping us on the black stuff. I don't know what's in it now. I don't know where Nige is or we are. Maybe this man, Chris Boyd, will know something. I don't know.
A few problems for Nigel and Jade Cannell in this loop see them drop to 2nd. Catching a car in the Marine Drive stage would be the biggest of the time loss. So it was all to play for in the final loop.
How's it going out there?
Well, it's sort of gone away, really. We caught a BMW on the second run of Marine Drive there. Probably cost us 10 or 15 seconds or more. Steve took out of us, and I don't know about the other boys, only know Steve's time. And the stage after was just horrendous water, and we went off on there. Had to reverse back on, and speckies in the road towards the end of the stage. I did ring the control light, because that stage shouldn't have ran, really. Last stage was okay, but all the confidence is gone now. The fight's gone out of me. I need Steve's book of excuses to keep going, really.
Paul McKinnon and Alistair McCrone keep the pace in this loop, unfortunately just dropping to 3rd, but still putting in some good times, considering the lack of experience on these stages.
your times are still pretty good.
I'm not really sure. I haven't seen any times from that loop, but a couple of wee problems again with the downshift. But apart from that, we're just driving pretty safely. There's stage conditions in that loop pretty treacherous on the two longer ones there, Parville and I think the Garth. Standing water's the worst I've ever seen. So, but no, we're just trying to keep it real steady. Get to the end now will be a bonus.
For Michael Dunlop and Rob Fagg, it would still be full. Not too happy with how things were going, but the results so far and leading Class C was certainly good going.
How's it gone?
Yeah, with that last stage, the way the event run, it screws us over because
your dad drove so fucking
we were pulling time on the leaders. We were only 10 seconds behind the leader the whole rally. We pulled a bit of time on one of the first stages, and then we were going to get a bogey time now, I think, and then we've lost. So our chances of having a go at the one sort of lost it now. So everything's happened. It's the way it goes.
The problem for Dunlop would be the times caused by the stage stoppage, which would be down to an accident for John Stone and Carl Williamson. The crew were thankfully all okay, but the car looking a little worse for wear. Daniel Harper and Chris Campbell were having a few problems now, the conditions getting even worse. They reached the end of the loop with 5th place though, and 2nd in Class D.
Still wet out there apparently.
Very wet, yeah. It's even worse than it was this morning. So yeah, I just causes a few problems. Hey-oh.
Thankfully, the decision to keep a steady pace was working for Timmy and Cleona Collins. And with the conditions getting worse, they would have struggled to push any more anyway. 6th place for the pair now.
That doesn't look like a very happy face.
No, I did say I thought it couldn't get worse, but it has got worse. We come into a puddle of water. I thought there was going to be ducks in there. It was that big around the corner. But they'll just keep running them, so we'll just have to keep going. See what happens.
Damien Cole and Paul Morris were making their way up the results. Some of it not through their own doing, but the pace was certainly still good. The stages at times looking more like a river than a road. 7th place for now in league score.
Left 3 into slow right 3, immediate left 5 water. Right 4 minus. Into left 4 minus tightens. And crest immediate right 4 minus, opens very long. 70. Flat left over crest and flat left 120. Flat left 100. Slow left 1 over crest and chicane enter right 1 bail. Here it is. Flat left 70. Flat left over crest 120. Flat right over jump and right 2 over crest. And flat left over crest 120. Flat right through dip 150. Long crest immediate right 2. Immediate right 2 here and left 2 70, right 4, not long now, not far now, right 4 here and right 3 over crest and to long left 2 50, right 1 and left 1 70, flat right into flat left.
How's it going?
Interesting. I've never driven in anything like stage 9. Unbelievable. It was just water running down. It was like doing a safari. It was coming up over the front of the car. It was crazy.
Sadly for Andrew Dudgeon and Martin Burns, they wouldn't get through the stages so easily, hitting a bank on the last stage in the loop and causing some damage, but thankfully mostly cosmetic.
You look like you've had a little excursion.
Yeah, we just hit a bank on that last stage, so yeah, we need to be quick and try and fix it and get out for the last loop. Yeah, I just went a little bit too hot on one of the corners and paid for it.
Knocked your confidence?
No, I'm fine. Like I drove not too bad. I drove the rest of the stage and I still could go quite quick. So, yeah, get back on, that'll be fine.
Kex Walker and Danny Matthews move up into the top of the results now and into 9th overall. Of course, not really happy with the conditions, but nobody was.
How's it been going out there for you?
It was all right. We've had that delay, obviously, for the accident, but no, other than that, it's been all right. Yeah. The Parkville stage was quite interesting at the ends. We just laughed all the way down. It was that bad. It was comical. So, but other than that, it was okay. So.
Ian Chadwick and Kevin Horgan would have problems in this loop. Luckily able to repair them on the road section, they end the loop rounding out the top 10 overall.
How were those stages?
Well, we had a gearbox issue, but I knew exactly how to fix it, and luckily enough, the last stage was held up for half an hour, and I was able to rectify it. So now the car is perfect again.
In some of the classes outside the top 10, it would be 11th overall and 5th in Class D for George Collister and Adam Yates.
Did you get a couple of stages in there?
We've just done 3.5. On the third one we did with the Parkville stage, we've just had a massive spin in the area that you wouldn't thought an E30 BMW would be able to go around. But it managed to, with taking some of the hedge out. And yeah, that was quite eventful, try and get turned back around and go again. So yeah, we'll go and do the same again, but without any spins this time.
Matthew Roberts and Sam Spencer continue a good run to lie first in Class B at this stage. Another crew to get held up behind the accident on stage 10.
How's it been going?
Not bad. The last stage was cancelled. Big off there. Glad to see John and Carl are fine. But prior to that one, there's that stage, I think it was stage 9, was horrific. It was absolutely unbelievable. We were just trotting through that one, just making sure we got to the finish. But we should be all right.
Problems with the gear selector mean Will Heavey and Joseph Dooley slipped down the results a little to 15th overall and 4th in the class.
How did you get on in those few stages?
Gear selector came off, so I had to do the last 3 miles of one of the stages in first gear. Apart from that, it's great.
Lee Edwards and Mike Roberts would be happy enough with things at this stage. 16th overall for now and 4th in Class C.
How's it gone for you this afternoon?
Yeah, all right. Not bad at all, really. It's a bit wet out there. We've found a few holes in the car, so we've been swimming in it, really. But yeah, no, all right. Yeah, all right. Really.
Andy Bernal and Rob Smith were happy with progress. A big learning curve for the pair, but at least they were getting through the stages and setting some good times now. Ending this loop in 17th overall and 2nd in Class C.
80. 2 right goes into 1 left. Care 2 right, medium jump, big. 60. 2 left, long, double apex, 60. Long 1 right over crest and flat crest, medium, 450 through dip. Slowing short, 4 right, don't cut. Slowing short, 4 right, don't cut. 100. Turn 6 right. After crest in. Caution 2 right. Park car is after the flying finish.
How's your day been?
Very good, yeah. Quite interesting with all the rain. First time here, so it's been a big learning curve really, but car's been good. We've enjoyed the day so far, and now at least it's dry, so everybody's not getting wet, including yourself.
A stall in the stages would slow progress a little for Stuart Morrison and Shona McGilvray, but they reached the end of this loop with 18th overall and 5th in Class C.
How have you got on this afternoon?
Yeah, aye, a lot better than this morning, aye. It's been much better. A wee stall in the last stage, but apart from that, so alright, aye.
Sadly for Neil Arden and Giles Corbett, they reached the end of the loop with 5th in Class E, but with 2 gears missing, they would have to call it a day.
How are those few stages for you?
Terrible. We lost 3rd gear on 8 and 4th on 10, so that's out now. So chuck it on the trailer. Go to the pub.
Emma Owen and Peredur Wynne Davies move up the class results to take 3rd in Class B now, as well as 25th overall.
How's your day been?
Yeah, it's been great. It's first time over here, first time on the notes, so it's a big learning curve, but really enjoying it. Just hope I finish now and keep the car in one piece.
For Kyle Collister and Andy Bernard, it would be 4th in Class B, struggling a little with the water in the stages, as to be expected.
How's the afternoon gone for you?
Yeah, not too bad. It's very, very wet on some of them stages, and we've got 15 minutes to turn this into a hovercraft now, so hopefully it'll help us get by. But yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun. It is just very treacherous, but hopefully get through to the end again.
Euros Hughes and Leon Williams were having a good day. Now they were finally getting used to the conditions. They end this loop with 5th in Class B.
How's your day been?
Oh, it's been okay. Yeah, very slippy, but we're getting used to it now. Yeah.
Change from this morning's Class A results, as Rory and Paul McCann jump up to take the lead of the class at this stage.
How's your day been?
Slippy. I think that's just been taking it easy, just get round and get a finish. So it's only my 2nd rally, so I just want to get rally miles at the minute. We've had quite a few stages cancelled, but there's nothing you can do about that. So just get to the end now, I think is the plan.
And move up the results too for Patrick and Natalie Messer. They reach the end of this stage with 2nd in Class A and 43rd overall.
Hello, how's your day been?
Excellent. Wonderful fun. It's a cross between driving along a riverbed and ice dancing. So, yeah, no problems. Everything's going all right.
Paul Kenny and David Oliver lie 1 place behind them on the overall and class results to take 3rd in Class A.
How's your day been?
Oh, not too brilliant. Misfires, and we got caught up in the 2 stages, got cancelled, and then we got put in with the big boys, so we lost a bit of time letting them past, and very slippery out there. Yeah. All good fun.
Still here.
Still here, unlike some, so got to keep going, haven't you?
And James Thompson and Stephen Christian round out the Class A runners with 4th in the class at this stage and 50th overall.
How's your day been?
Very entertaining, yeah. First visit to the island, and it's a baptism of fire with all the rain, and car's a bit set too hard on the suspension, but no, we're getting round and having fun, yep.
So with stage 10 complete, a reminder of the top of the results. Sadly, with the conditions in the stages verging on dangerous, the organisers took the decision to cancel a few of the stages. So with limited miles in the final loop, there wouldn't be many changes to the results. We caught up with the winners at the end of a very tricky event.
Congratulations, Steve and Andrew, 2015 Manx Championship winners.
Yeah, amazing. Another tick in the book for both of us, in the box for both of us. Over the moon, I can't thank everyone enough. Colin and Glenda of what were Bet Vision, now Pogo Loans. Ian Bailey for building the car. ABC Scaffolding, Garrett ABC, and this man for sitting in over the last 2 years. You know, we came together as a bit of a throw together, and it's worked well, and we've had a lot of fun, and finished on that last stage there. You know, it was 2 seconds going into the last 2 stages. Nige is what it's all about, fighting Nige the whole year. You know, if you don't have anyone to fight, there's no point in being out there, so it's been against Nige all year, and it's been great, thoroughly enjoyed it.
And it didn't start that well today. Did you doubt that you could do it this morning?
It just really knocked my confidence. I know Nige is quick in the wet, and I took some risk on the first stage, and I had a big crash here last year, but I had a huge moment, big moment. 5th gear, got away. Andrew just sat there. I thought we'd gone off over the cliff edge at where were we? Ingebrek, and it came back and we hit the hedge on the other side. I thought I'd ripped the wheels off. I thought that was over. I was just ready to get out of the car, and I've cocked up again, but someone looked after me up there, Lady Luck, and come out at the end of the stage, wheels pointing every direction. Bailey again in service, top man, put it right, went out. We've had a really good fight with Nige this afternoon, which is what it's all about. To finish with just a few seconds, it's great. So we're over the moon.
Andrew, what's it really like sitting with Steve? You know, I went out with him earlier on this year and you did tell me to make sure he behaves.
That's what you say.
Oh no, it's really good. You know, me and Steve got together a couple of years ago now. A bit of a random. He was looking for a navigator, I was looking for a driver. I'd been out drinking watching the Manx Grand Prix and I got a phone call and I stupidly said yes when I was drunk. I sobered up the next day and then thought, what am I letting myself into? But we started, the first stage we did together was Marine Drive, and we've just done Marine Drive again now to finish, win the championship, end a fantastic year, and I'm over the moon.
And of course, the battle with Nige has been what it's been all about this season for you both.
Completely. You know, he's got a lot of experience. I've came in from another sport. I'm a two-wheel man at the end of the day. I rode a motorbike. Nige has done it since he was a kid. So to come in, and I always used to go out and watch as a kid, and I've set the benchmark as Nige Cannell, and to be up there fighting with him, for me it's been a pleasure. Nige has been fantastic all year, been a great sport. The two cars are very similar matched, and when we both have good runs, there's never more than a few seconds in it, which is what you do it for. You know, if Nige wasn't here, I think it'd be a bit boring for both of us, and vice versa. So it's been really good. If Nige sits out next year, I don't know where both of us go from here, but that doesn't matter. All that matters tonight, we're going to have a couple of beers and celebrate, and just thank the team, you know.
Well, congratulations to the both of you. It's been a proper team effort and it's been such a good season. Well done.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Cheers.
Congratulations, Nigel. I know that second place isn't really where you want to be, but it's been a pretty good season.
It has been a good season, and I am disappointed to be second with leading it for most of the day. I lost first place through not all my own fault, which is disappointing, but on the other hand, it's rallying, isn't it? Today when it was difficult, I seemed to be able to keep ahead of them. As it got nicer, whatever happened, I seemed to lose the plot. I lost to a good guy there. Steve is a good competitor, he's good for the sport, he's good PR and all that. He talks a lot of, I can't say it on there, but he talks a lot of stuff that smells. But he's a good guy to have around, he's a good laugh. Best guys won today, and unfortunately won the championship as well, but that's the way it goes. I've won it 3 times, so he's got a couple more times to catch me yet. And he's young enough to do it.
And you're not coming back next year, which I'm quite disappointed about.
Really? You should have interviewed me more then. No, I would love to come back. I might come and do one rally, the National Rally Isle of Man, mainly because my daughter's doing mini stocks and she's only a young once, isn't she? So I've got to try and support her. They all come out and support me and the family, so try and be unselfish and give one of them support.
Well, congratulations for this season. It's been a really good battle.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Congratulations, Paul. First time over and you finished third.
Yeah, no, absolutely delighted with the result. It's far more than what we expected. More so because I've not done, this is only the second event I've done in 5 years. I took a long break from rallying for about 4 years. So we used the car on a local event back on the island of Mull. And so it's the second outing I've had in the Escort. Before I used to have a Subaru, which today would have been really good in these conditions. But to be honest, the car was immense. You know, for a Mark II, it's handled unbelievably well, and the roads are great, and the event's been brilliant, so I can't ask for more, really, to be honest.
What was it that actually drew you over to the Isle of Man to start off with?
Well, I've always wanted to come here, and my job's very busy through the summer months, so we've got a little bit of downtime in the winter. So the very good package the organisers put on with the ferry and the entry, it makes it, you would never call rallying very affordable, but it's a good value for money. The guys who run the car are going home tonight on the ferry, so it's a really compact, excellently run rally on great roads, so that would be the main reason.
What would you say to anyone who's thinking about coming over?
Oh, it's the roads here are awesome. If you want good closed roads rallying, it's one of the best places. Obviously, I'm from the island of Mull, I'm a bit biased, so Mull's for me is always the best. They're totally different characteristics, but anyone, I definitely recommend Isle of Man, and certainly the island of Mull as well. And also to the people that rally on Mull, the local guys, you come to Isle of Man, they would love it. And certainly the people on the mainland UK, it's the place to go rallying if you want real roads.
Will you be back?
I'd love to be back. It's just a hobby for me, and as I say, I didn't rally for quite a number of years, but certainly the bug's there. So it's looking like we'll need to find the money from somewhere, and hopefully I'll definitely be back.
Well, we would love to see you back here. Well done.
Cheers, thanks so much.
With Steve Colley and Andrew Cowley lifting the trophy for the overall championship, This weekend's Pokerstars Rally was also the decider for the final class awards for the season, and in this part of the show we take a quick look at some of those award winners. In Class A, Rory and Paul McCann's good result this weekend is enough to give them 2 maximum scores and take the class championship, actually beating Paul Kenny on a tie-break due to those 2 wins. Dan Shacklock and Abby Corlett managed to take the Class B trophy at the end of the season, one which had mostly been good, but has certainly had its low points. Dan takes the class win over Michael McKenna and Paul Gribben by a single point, something which wasn't helped when Michael had his own problems here at the Pokerstars for the final round of the season. The Class C fight this season was as close as the other classes, with Jeff Wright and Chris Sanderson eventually coming out on top, 37 points the total at the end of the season, taking the victory over Ian Chadwick, second place in the class, and missing out by just 2 points. Kex Walker and Danny Matthews once again had a good season in Class D. 3 wins and a couple of second places were enough to give them the title for the season, as well as finishing 3rd overall in the championship, with Dan Colley coming out a few points behind in 2nd in the Class D battle. And of course, in Class E, it would be Nigel and Jade Cannell that take that trophy, with Steve Colley lifting the championship trophy, Jade also getting the junior co-driver trophy this season. Dan Shacklock adds to his Class B trophy with the junior driver award, which he wins over second placed Craig Lemaire. So of course it would be Steve Colley and Andrew Cowley that take the title this season. A close battle to the finish, and taking the win by just a couple of points for Nigel and Jade Cannell. It has been a season of ups and downs with plenty of action and drama, and the crews will have a short break before it all kicks off again in 2016. So that brings us to the end of another fantastic Manx Championship, and Steve Colley is your 2015 champion. We've enjoyed every minute here on the Isle of Man, and we hope you have as well. See you out on the stages next year.
Five right plus in and 6 right continued over clear.